Hi guys, a video about Arco install. So if you have no clue what this is all about, it's here on ArcoLinux B. The B stands for building, learn how to build your own ISO. And Arco install is one of the menus down here where you can say, let's build an ArcoLinux ISO, change what we think should be XFCE, what we think should be Mate, what we think should be Plasma, and basically use an ArcoLinux ISO with your own proper settings, your own vision of what is BSPWM, what is awesome for you, right? With the right configuration and all that. So let's do the exercise, because what we have done already in the Arcoinstall ISO is of course add Arco stuff. That means the ArcoLinux keyring, the ArcoLinux mirror list, and pacman.conf. That's the only three things you need, and Pacman knows where to get it. So let's follow the steps, the workflow, to make something, to reuse the code that we made for you, and it's super easy to add, and here it comes, to add chaotic AOR. Chaotic AOR contains 4,000 packages, plus 4,000 packages, okay? So a Ctrl-Alt-T if we update our systems, ArcoLinux of course, and we type, yeah sure, and we do toggle chaotic repo, and we update again, we get an extra line. We get chaotic AOR library, which is the biggest of them all. Well, yeah, the biggest of them all. If we have PAMAC installed, you can actually quickly, visually, GUI, have a look. What's in here? This is the content of the chaotic AOR. This is the slider. When you drag it down here, it becomes smaller, 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 and we're only at the letter F. So it really goes down the list through. You can keep on scrolling. So any of these guys, any of these applications, you can decide to put it on the list to install. So what we're gonna build is a pure Arch, but the scripts to execute is go get it from chaotic AOR and install me this, because I wanna have that straight away out of the box. I wanna have that. Here's an example, flat remix git. If we have a look and we type in yay flat remix, then that's not a good choice. Yes, it's a good choice. We only have the flat remix git on the repo extra large. All the rest needs to be built. So you can't add AOR stuff, but you can use repo extra large. You can use chaotic AOR, but never, well, chaotic AOR, but never AOR, right? So this one is a no-go. But it is a go because of chaotic AOR. So yes, we can add flat remix to the list. Okay, but first things first, we have a name. Colloid is another interesting theme that we're gonna use. From the past, I know colloid, so something like that, colloid, right? If we look at that particular thing, it's not on the Arch repo, it's not on the ArcoLinux repo, it is only on the AOR, so you need to build it, so you can't include it, but you can use the chaotic AOR. So yes, we can include all of these guys. So this one would be a good one, etc. But first things first. So we downloaded, well, git clone this thing. Okay, cool, we've got it here. Workflow, we need Sublime text code or something else. Make sure, let's remove it. Make sure you add a folder, open folder, desktop, this one, open, and read everything. Okay, check everything out. But what we need is pacman.conf, GUI. Yeah, we need it for the future maybe. Yeah, we need it. We need to know where is the chaotic AOR. Fine. If I go for sublime etc pacman.conf, right, open me that particular file, then chaotic AOR is at the end, Control C, pacman.conf, Control V, save. That's it. So we have edited the file, this one, which will be used later on when we build the ISO. Control find pacman. We will make sure that this pacman.conf is going to go in here, and later on it's going to go in here. Okay, so we're telling Arch there is also chaotic AOR, don't forget. The other thing we need to do is basically tell him sudo pacman -s chaotic keyring and chaotic mirror list. How can it work for ArcoLinux? Because of these two guys. How can it work for chaotic? Because of these two guys. Chaotic keyring and chaotic mirror list. If it knows where it is, who's signing it, we're golden, we're set. So this is new. The pacman.conf is new. And now I have to tell something, I have to do something. I have to tell, for instance, I choose to install XFCE. I love XFCE. This is the list of XFCE. If I choose in the Arch install later on this XFCE thing, this will be installed. So remove anything you don't like and keep adding things that you do like. So one of the things that we decided upon, we can use the colloid icon theme, for example, Ctrl-Shift-C. That's AOR, so the same thing exists here, Ctrl-Shift-C. So it's available on chaotic AOR, and if we're going to install XFCE, it's going to be there. If we're going to install this one, if we are going to install Flat Remix, so this one, Ctrl-Shift-C, then Flat Remix will be there as well. Write it correctly, obviously. Anything else? Why not a little bit more? I saw something about Flat Remix. No, not Flat Remix. This one, AOR, the Nord theme. There's this one, and there's that's the theme, icon theme. So if we want to use some icons that are specific to that look, and here is another guy that's actually all about, that's the icons, and this is the theme. It is a GTK theme. Yeah, Ctrl-Shift-C. And you keep on adding, right? It's just fun for designing, tweaking, rising. Voila. So when I built an ISO, it knows where to find it. There's a new pacman, there is a new mirror list, there's new keyring. And if I select XFCE4, I get 4 new packages that are coming, not from ArcoLinux, not from ArcoLinux, but from chaotic AOR, and you can add the rest of the 4,000 packages to it. It's just a list, right? You just look in the PAMAC manager. This is still open. There he is. And have a look. What else is in here that I like to have on my ISO? Okay. If that's all done, you just need to sudo build ISO. The work is done. You get an ISO as a result. And there you go. It's cleaning up my old ISO. And line 55, let's fix that. Build ISO. Line 55, did we forget the comma somewhere? Don't think so. Did we miss something? Save. build ISO 55. Ah yeah, here we forgot something. So yeah, sure, we have to close this thing and then we can try and build it again. So as you see, it was quick, but let's scroll back. We'll get an ArcoLinux ISO with the current kernel and the current settings and all that. And yes, we have the chaotic AOR available here, which probably won't do much, but more importantly later on the system that we're gonna boot, it will have chaotic AOR. I'm just checking where is everything coming from. So here's ArcoLinux. ArcoLinux. I don't want to see chaotic AOR. That's basically what I'm looking for. All right, done. It's all coming from Arch or from ArcoLinux. As an end result, we'll have an ISO. And ISOs need to be tested. So it doesn't take that long to build this, by the way. But I'm gonna pause the video anyway. Or we could do a super F7 already and remove this one and start with a clean slate, a template that we're gonna clone. Control A, Arco install. What have I now created? I haven't created an ISO that will install things from the chaotic repo. And I mean it, like there are 4,000 or such, even more than 4,000 packages. Of course, some of them will conflict with each other, but there is so much out there, and you just type it in and of course remove again. But choose the desktop you want to select, make that one perfect for you, and you've got something awesome. You're in control. That's basically the only thing that ArcoLinux really stands for: knowledge, staying in control of your operating system. So that being said, have a look at the desktop you like, see what we did to it. Don't like it, remove things. Like it, want to have more things, add to it. Make sure the accents and all that, the coloring schemes you see here, the scheme is here Python. Make sure that it's visual, so it can detect mistakes like they've made up here with the brackets in English, right? That should be closed. Open and close, always the same. Let's close all the files. How far ahead are we now? That leads me to tell you that this particular video will have, or will become, a article down here, how to add chaotic AOR to the Arcoinstall ISO basically. And other information is in here where I gradually build up ArcoLinux from scratch just a few weeks ago. And it's interesting, right? It's interesting because it gives you all the possibilities that you want. I mean, you get a pure Arch and then you do your thing with it, your own packages, or maybe your own, yeah, you could make your own repos with your own configurations. It's all up to you. ArcoLinux is versatile. You can do anything with it, right? Anything. We're building it now like this, git clone and all that, because we want to change things. If you don't want to change things, there's the AAG, or the application glade, which in this case says, do you want an ISO? Yes, click the button, right? So click it, create, done, create, create, create. But nothing is changed. It's just making an ISO with our settings, our configuration, our choices, our Lego blocks that we've chosen. That is part of Arch and part of, there we are, part of Arco, right? But now we have an ISO that's part of chaotic. So let's do this. Where is this particular ISO? Always in the temp folder. If you don't move it, if you reboot, it's gone. But in here, we need to find the temp folder. Where is it? Oops, wrong button. choose a disk file. Temp, yeah, sure. Temp folder. Did it not, was it not successfully? Did not check it. Let's go. Let's do it first like this. Computer file system. In the temp folder you'll have Control H. Control H. We're missing something. How can it be gone? Should be in here, and it's not. So let's check this out. Desktop, Arco install. Did I miss something? We're building it again, but this time we'll pause the video. All right. So let's pause the video. Let's put the folder. That's the one. Here is working. We need a folder here, and that's called, needs to be called out. Oh, I know. I've launched AAG, and it cleans up things. To start with a clean, from scratch, basically, clean slate. All right, that's the reason. So let's pause the video and wait for the out folder is gonna be here, and we'll have an ISO that has chaotic AOR. Hi guys, if you did not notice, but we do have a new ISO. For lack of a better word, it's called the Arcoinstall ISO, and the only reason is because it's basically an ArcoLinux ISO. And the Arch install scripts that are coming from ArcoLinux have been changed a bit, just a bit, to be able to install ArcoLinux, right? So you can download these things, and that's always the case if we go voila, like this. So you can download our ISOs, always the same button. And here we have new, right? Go to the Netherlands, and here we have the latest one is from yesterday. So that's downloading. That's okay. That's cool. That's fine. There's also building, and that's what the B stands for. We are on the website, build your own ISO, and you can build the Arco install. And we're gonna do a new article. We're gonna create a new article. There are already a few there. How to add chaotic AOR to this ISO, to this ArcoLinux ISO with adapted Arco, well, ArcoLinux scripts that we've renamed to make it clear that it's a bit different, right? Arco install. So we're gonna build ISOs. You can build it also with the AAG, which is also interesting. An ArcoLinux application glade. Just click on the button, boom, you've got it. I want to change something. I want to create my own vision. I always tell that ArcoLinux is pretty much, well, actually we can take this one, it's pretty much Lego blocks, right? Choose the things you like to have. And let's build one. Let's choose our Lego blocks. So that's the one we need. If I want to add things from chaotic AOR, step number 1, download this thing. Step number 2, have a look at the build ISO, but we need to some kind of workflow. Use a editor. In my case, I'll go for Sublime Text. Use something to have a look at all the folders and files that are in this particular folder, Arco install, right? This is my 4th attempt to make a video. So there we are. Read everything and change the things we want. So the goal is chaotic AOR. Packages from there, I need to have them. They're ready, right? Yes, I want chaotic AOR. Yes, I want chaotic mirror list. What does pacman require? It requires the pacman.conf. That's correct. It needs to know where, mirror list, and needs to know who signed it, keyring. Okay, so that's all right. That's done. Anything else here? No. backman.conf. At the bottom, we can actually make some, give it some color, right? Chaotic AOR is not included, not by default. Now it is. And then test. Test means PAMAC, for instance. Go to PAMAC, go to repositories, make sure chaotic AOR is on. How do we do that? A little script or ATT, toggle chaotic repo, on, off, on, off, on, off, right? And then update, and you get an extra repo. And then you keep scrolling because it really is 4,000 packages long. So the slider will become smaller and smaller. And of course, there is the search button up here. I've done the exercise already for you. There is the colloid thing. And the colloid thing is ideal for me. Why? Also this one. Like I said, 4 times to make the video. Yay, colloid. So voila. Because colloid only exists on the AOR, not on Arch, not on Arco. The only way how to install it is from a repo, not from AOR. None of those guys can go on an ISO, can be used. You need to have a package. So any of these colloid things will do fine. And I've put them already as an example in Arch install. Choose the desktop you like. Have a look. I say, okay, I'd like to have XFCE. This is what we've added to XFCE, and I think this is the default from Arch Linux, right? It's okay, but we want all that, right? And here we have the colloid things. So if you say, let's test this thing, these are all the packages from KTKR for testing purposes. Then we delete this line. We put this away, 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 away. Yep, correct. Now we save. And only XFCE will contain these 4. Only XFCE. So later on, we need to select the XFCE, right? Build ISO. You can type the mistake. That's cool. It will say sudo. Okay, sudo build ISO. And off it goes. So it's removing my previous build. And the most important is to quickly check, is it okay, right? Chaotic AOR. And off we go. It doesn't take that long to build it actually. Because, well, yeah, the installation of the desktop or the tiling window manager is afterwards. We start with a black screen. No problem with, I mean, no SDM, no desktop, there's nothing, there's a black screen. It's an Arch Linux way of installing, but we have the Arch Linux scripts, which we now transformed in an ArcoLinux script, which we now transformed into the possibility to add 4,000 packages to it afterwards, right? You boot up and you say, I want to have XFCE, and we get these 4 guys, and we'll have a look how it looks on XFCE. A little bit of theming, rising. So this is the power. I hope you understand that with our way of our ISO, we get this extra. All of those guys are extra. This is the ArcoLinux ISO, and this is of course the same. We have also awesome, but this is the extra. We have more on the Arcoinstall ISO because, yeah, we have just happen to have more desktops, more configurations. So 27 desktops to choose from. You can change things, you can download things, you can build things. It is really up to you to see where are you in your learning curve. Is this already something for you? But if you watch this video and seen the workflow I've just made, you can keep on thinking, right? Say, okay, what else is there? What can I install? So if you remove this again, what I've also added was Flat Remix, I think. So Flat, we do have a Flat Remix, but that's the Git version. We never included the flat remix. So this guy, Chaotic AOR, yay, flat remix. Let's do it clean first, a clean, voila, flat remix. So this cannot be used, that cannot be used, this can be used, Chaotic AOR. This can be used as well, but that's not coming from Chaotic, it's coming from us, right? So to really test it, I should install flat remix, and I've done as much. You see? So in the meantime, it's done. It's that quick to build an ArcoLinux ISO. Really is fast. Super F7. Let's go to the temporary file. So temp archlive out. Maybe we should navigate temp archlive out. Here's your ISO. If you reboot, it's gone. If you restart, it's gone. Restart the script, right? It's gone. So let's see if we like it. It's the same as all the other videos, of course. It's a bit, if you're an ArcoLinux user, you say, whoa, what's going on? Because you'll find that it's going to build some things here, getting build dependency for wheel. So it's building the Arcoinstall, which is actually the Arcoinstall. And then it's up to you. In my case, it's load keys and so on, but I've made aliases, so I need to type BE, and Arcoinstall is what we type. And then advanced, since I want to tell him, okay, go get parallel downloads. So there we go, BE, you know the drill. This takes a while. That sometimes happens, and then you have to do it again. So Sweden, voila. This configuration, sure, X4, fine. Swap, no. Root. A new user. Confirm profile, and now of course you have to select the thing you've changed. We've changed XFCE, right? Graphics driver, sure. This one then. This is important, right? 30 downloads at one time. Voila, done. And now you sit back and enjoy the ride. It's gonna format everything, do the job for you. And in my case, I'll just, well, I've made my decisions already. What do I mean by that? My decisions are in here. On my GitHub, ArcoLinux Nemesis, I've decided what to do. My current choices are this one, right? And I'll do, when I'm on Buns and Labs, I'll do this. And if I'm FreeBSD, I'll do that. And if I'm on Pop! OS, I'll do that. If I'm on Alma Linux, I'll do that. I've made my decisions for so many ArcoLinux and so many other non-ArcoLinux systems, and it all installs what I want to have. Taking control is all I want you to do. Learn from videos. We have now 4,400 videos. Learn from them all and stay in control, and maybe even find a job in Linux world and have fun. So here were all scripts that I'm running later on, personal, and you find here all the numbering systems, you see, where I do my thing with whatever distro I am on. I don't care. I just want my workflow, my apps, my design, my themes, my configuration. It's a long list, right? But why not automate things? Basically, this is the dot files. If you sometimes have heard about the dot files, right? The dot files, GitHub or GitLab, and have a look. Or .files in one word maybe, right? .files. You'll find people putting their stuff online. Basically, it refers simply to this. This is a .file, .config, things that are hidden away, folders and files that are here, but not here. If you do Ctrl H, it's gone. But those are the .files. Those are the important bits and pieces that make up the soul, the design of a distro. That's what makes it fun, but it's hidden. So yeah. So make sure you make backups, and basically that's what I did. I tell him here in the data, ArcoLinux Nemesis, I run my script, my 0, and I run the apps and later on the personal configurations. That all in here. Move this setting to there, move this to there, move this to there, move this to there, and off you go. So even though we have an ISO later on, I'll probably run, right? Probably run a script. Here it is, flat remix. You can see it, right? Colloid icon theme git. It's working. It's working. It's installing stuff from Chaotic AOR. Takes a while, it seems, but might be a big one. I don't know. Another one. Now we are actually getting things from Chaotic AOR, the very end of the list. Another one. We're missing one more, I think. Voila. Great. I feel we're getting there. So Ctrl F, make it bigger. Right Ctrl F. You see here, warning, console font, right? No font found in configuration. I'll tell the same message that the ArcoLinux guy tell on the forum. Don't bother, it's a warning, it's not an error. We've put a console font in ArcoLinux so we don't see it anymore. But basically, that's what others say, it's a whatever. All right, another list. All right, done. Reboot. Let's design this thing. What did I install? Right, it's fun because it's an application, a theming, and icons that I've never seen before. This can happen, guys. This can happen. It tries to boot up with the CD-ROM, the DVD again. No, right? No, don't do that. Show me the new installation. As you see, it still says welcome to ArcoLinux, because it is. Wayland, don't do it. Certainly not on VirtualBox. And here we are. Right Control F, right Control F. It's not getting any bigger. Control T. Add VirtualBox guest utils. Let's make this simple, but first update. Then, Celtic is not there. Add VirtualBox guest utils. I know why, but that's okay, because our packages are already there. So, sudo pacman -remove. Celtic mirrorless keyring is there. Cool. Colloid stuff, it's installed. Cool. Flat remix, it's there. So let's rise. Rising XFC is done here. Appearance. Maybe open up this to have a look at this. those are all the things we have. This is colloid, so this is new for me as well. Do I like this or not? This has nothing to do with me, nor with ArcoLinux, right? I'm just selecting something that I've installed from the internet. The internet is a big place. I'm not here to solve problems from so many places. Look at that. I can keep on going. So I'm just wondering why the coloring is not following along. It says teal light and teal north and yellow compact. Let's have a look at the N environment. What did we do there? Nothing. So that's not the reason. Fine. Whatever the reason is, right? We don't care. Here are flat remix things. And there's also the colloid stuff. Okay. So we got this. Let's see what changes. Then we need to click. Yeah, we need to click. Green dark, green north. All kinds of things. This is nice. Gray north is something I could like. Okay. This one too. Pink north, not bad either. Choices, right? Choices. It's just Lego blocks. Choose whatever you want to look at all day long, right? Or change it weekly or daily. Up to you. Anyway, the flat remix. Sure. There are 60 million colors. There probably is one that you like. Now we're back to the guys we know. So, by way of choice, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. So we have here choices, things to Control H. Oh, there's the teal accent. And we have this as the rest. Complete or not complete, right? It's not our business. It is pure, will it work? This is too dark, so you need to go back in there and have a look to see if there's something better for you. And that's too bright for me anyway. Wow, my eyes. So these guys, yeah, it's never the way we like it, right? Not 100%. Yeah, those are there now, but choices. You choose. My point is, we've made an ISO where you have access, and Pacman where we have access to chaotic AOR, right? Nothing here, not now. Let's stop this and then say, is Sublime Text installed? It is. File, open file, other locations, computer, etc pacman.conf, enter. And if you decide to say, okay, I'd like to have chaotic repo, toggle. These are the guys. Toggle chaotic repo. What happens? Come on, here he is. You update because you forgot to install a Linux kernel, Cache OS, Linux kernel, Cache OS, headers. And there we go. Boom. Straight from ArcoLinux in this case. Bad idea. Yeah, we do have it too, and that one takes precedence over Kyoto KOR. But yes, it is available, right? You see that the package that we have the database. I can install any of the 4,000 packages from Kyoto KOR and still be on Control-T. Neofetch. Enjoy building your own vision with our Arco install GitHub. Cheers.